Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me make it public. Let me make it public. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me make it public. Let me make it public. Good evening. How are you doing tonight? Let me make it public. Let me make it public. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, it's public, it's public, it's public. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Good evening. How are you doing on this beautiful Wednesday? I bet for Wednesday, it's Tuesday, man. What am I talking about? Tuesdays with Terrence. Talking about Wednesday. I must be trying to push the week through. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the show. For those of you watching on LinkedIn, those of you watching on YouTube, and those of you watching on what? Doing Financial Services on Facebook, and also looking at the show live right now on Hey Dewey Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you're having a great week so far. I'm doing fantabulous. I'm excited. Tonight I have a special surprise for you guys, for some of you, especially you Dominicans. I'm going to do a little karaoke. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. I'm really excited, man. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And you from La Pointe, you call me Mr. Barduil. That's going all the way back to the 767 Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. For those of you who want to get in touch with me, my phone number is scrolling down. You know, I always tell everyone to follow, like, share, and subscribe on Facebook, Bardui Financial Services, my personal page as well, Havis Bardui, LinkedIn, which is H Havis, H Terrence, in parentheses, Terrence Bardui, and on YouTube, it's Bardui Financial Services. Starting next month in May, we're going to be streaming live on Twitter as well. I'm adding additional platforms so that everybody can take a look at the show. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me take a quick look and see who's on so far, so I can give a quick shout out. Let's see who's up. Good evening, Thomas Bervidia and Pete Goodwill. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Others are tuning in very soon. If I can't see you, put something in the chat so I can give you a shout out. Tonight, we have a very, 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 very special show in tune for you. I'm going to make a fool of myself tonight and put myself on the limb and do something for, especially if you're from Dominica. I'm going to do something special for you tonight. But no matter where you're from, you could be from Jamaica, America, you could be from St. Thomas, St. Martin, I don't care, Antigua, you could be from Jamaica, Canada, Mexico, Great Britain. I don't care where you're from, you're going to have a good time tonight. So welcome to the show. Just before we start, I want to play something for you guys. But you know what we're going to do? While people are starting to come in, I'm going to give you my theme song, and then we can start doing some other stuff, all right? So my theme song is sung by Jean Lapointe, my baby sister, Miss Maynard Thomas. She says, you don't have to be a star. You don't have to have 1 million to be on my show. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome. Here we go.
Come as you are with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? Then be your worth much more than you put in. Now I don't need no superstar, 'cause I'll accept you as you are. You won't be denied, 'cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich to be on my show. You don't have to have a million family to be on my show.
Boom, that was Miss Maynard Thomas LaPointe's own, my own very little baby sister from Snellville, Georgia, singing You Don't Have to Be a Star, You Don't Have to Have a Million to Be on My Show. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. I want to welcome those of you who are watching tonight. There's something else you could have been doing, but you chose to be with me, and I don't take it for granted. Good to see you guys tonight. Excuse me, I should have gotten some water, but I got to survive. So let's see who's on the show. Some water. Let me turn that down, falling the volume. Good evening again to Esther Duran Kazemi. Welcome to the show from St. Martin. Ms. Delphina LeBlanc, good night, all the way in Ottawa, Canada. Good to see you and everybody else who's watching tonight. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. You know, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, this is what we do. We have our show. And for those of you who follow me on social media, you know, I made a post about Country Roads, you know, the song by John Denver. And if you're on my page, you would have seen the the post. And basically what I did, I switched some of the lyrics, you know, put Dominica in there, use some Dominica vernacular in there. And some people loved it. Some people liked it. Some people hit me up on it. Tonight, I'm going to sing that for you all in a karaoke. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to wait till more people come on tonight. You guys got to see it. You got to hear it. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time tonight. We have a very important subject tonight. But before I give you my subject tonight, let's take a look at the markets and see what happened in markets tonight. Let's take a look at markets. Let's see what happened here. The Dow Jones was down 344 points. The NASDAQ was down 238.05, and the S&P was down 65.41. So people lost a whole bunch of money in the market, you know. Hopefully tomorrow it will change. Now, one of the good things about what I do is I don't worry about the markets. My clients don't. I had a great appointment last night, and you know, it was so funny. The gentleman was, you know, telling his sister that I love a zero floor, where zero is the hero. So we'll talk a little about that tonight. I will explain and expound on that tonight. But, you know, for those of you, you know, in the news, people are worried about Don Lemon, you know, being fired from CNN last week, and, you know, also Tucker Carlson from Fox. Who cares, man? Them people were making millions of dollars a year. They're doing fine. Trust me. You know, if it was one of y'all, I'd be worried, you know, but they're doing fine. I'm not worried about them. They're going to get another job. Tucker Carlson's going to be on some far right-wing network. And, you know, Don Lemon will get on some liberal, you know, he'll get on somewhere. I don't know, MSNBC or somewhere. He'll get on somewhere. So I'm not worried about them. They're going to be doing fine. What I'm concerned more about is how you all are doing, how your families are doing. What I'm concerned about is Tuesdays with Terrence, talking about, well, you know, Tuesdays with Terrence. See it? Tuesdays with Terrence. Comment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tuesdays with Terrence. That's right. You know, and some people have liked the shirts and people are asking me about it. And what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to get it for you. If anybody wants one, DM me. I'll tell you the cost. And someone's already hit me up. A Canadian hit me up. They were vacationing in Dominica, one of my faithful followers and who shares my stuff all the time, and told me they want one. And because they've, you know, I've given them advice, you know, up there in Canada. I can't help them here. And, you know, and they want to support the brand. And it would be nice that you walking down the street, it says Tuesdays with Terrence, and on the back says Bardui Financial Services. And on my hat says Comment. But, you know, Tuesdays with Terrence is my brand. Because let me check something out, folks. Last time I checked, I've seen some of you all wearing Nike. All right? Adidas, Puma, Converse, and a whole bunch of other brands. And some of y'all, I see you all with the Louis Vuitton pocketbook. I see you with Coach, Michael Kors, all those different brands. And none of them was given to you by Michael Kors or Coach or Louis Vuitton. You bought it, right? Because you liked it. It's the same thing here. Support the brand. You know, you don't know Nike. Do you know? You know Phil Knight? No, you don't. Do you know Michael Kors? No, you don't. You know Louis? You know Calvin? No, you don't. But you buy it, right? You know Mr. Toyota? Mr. Lexus? Do you know him? No, but you buy them, right? Because that's what you want. Well, it's the same thing's happening here. I've given many gifts over the last 3 years, and sometimes I feel generous and I give stuff out. But the brand Tuesdays with Terrence, especially if you're my client, where people ask you, what's that? Great opportunity to say, you know what? And especially if you're a licensed agent, you can say, I'm an agent of change for income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. But what Tuesdays with Terrence is, it's actually a show where this guy talks about non-traditional financial concepts. And it's really, really a good thing. So this is your opportunity to support the brand. All right. So if those of you who are interested, there's no pressure. Nobody has to do it. I'm not telling you that you have to. If you want to, let me know. I'll let you know what the cost is. I don't know. You can do it through WhatsApp. You can do it through, I don't know, WhatsApp, Cash App. You can do it through, MoneyGram, Western Union. They got Zelle. They got PayPal, all kind of stuff. You can mail a check. You can do all kind of stuff. But we'll find out if you know. Let me know what your size is. Whether if you're a woman or a man. Are you a small, a medium, a large, or extra large? Some of you are extra large because you're busty. Some of you are small because you're petite. I have a large. I'm not a big guy, but it fits me kind of comfortable and I like it. I'm 6 foot, about $180, skinny dude. And those of you laughed about me today about my popcorn post, but it was one of those things, one of those things. So I want to say welcome to everyone who's watching tonight. Let me take another look at those who are there so I can give a good shout out. Karen Williams in Canada, my beautiful cousin, Sakafet. I saw all the pictures of the family, all your boys, man. Nice pictures. So, you know what? I was going to do this later, but Karen is watching. I don't think she's going to stay for the whole show. So if she's not going to stay for the whole show, I'm going to do my little surprise, and then I will start the show. So, and then I'll do it again maybe before the end of the night for people who come on late. But let's go back here and let's do show. So tonight, our topic is entitled Financial Incompatibility. Financial incompatibility. Are you compatible financially? We're going to address that issue tonight, and I think it's a great issue to talk about. Some of you are married. Some of you have partners. Some of you have boyfriends, girlfriends, this and that, whatever you have. And finance is very important. Some of you are not going to like what I'm going to say tonight because I might be talking about you, but I want to make it very clear. When I talk about my programs, it's never intended to anyone in particular. It's general. It's kind of like a preacher preaching. And if you're doing wrong or doing whatever he was saying, if you're in the choir, you ever hear preaching to the choir? It's not you. But if you're guilty, you feel like it's you. It's not you. Most of the times when I'm preaching, I'm talking to myself as well. And we had an executive, Bardui Financial Services had an executive meeting with the chairman of the board, the CEO, the chief marketing officer, and the guy in charge of finance. And we decided that we have to talk about financial incompatibility. And tonight we're going to address that topic. But just before I do that, though, I'm going to do a little surprise. All right. Someone just came on. They put a chat in there. Karen says hello. She says hi. So I'm going to do a little surprise for you guys. Now, I want to make it very clear. Make it very, very clear. I'm going to do a karaoke. I want to make it very, very clear. Mr. H. Terrence Badwill, Mr. Havis Terrence Bardui, Luku Boy, Passa Chante. For those of you who don't speak Creole, he cannot sing. But he's going to sing tonight in karaoke. Because remember, karaoke is supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be fun. And if it's fun, if somebody can sing like Whitney Houston and doing karaoke, it's not fun because you'd be like, man, you're too good. Nobody want to hear you. You want to hear somebody making a fool of themselves, singing like in Dominica, they say they have no low cuss, singing off key. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys tonight. I think you guys are going to love what I'm going to do. I think Esther Duran Casimir will love it. Delphina LeBlanc will definitely love it. Karen will. Peach Goodwill will probably laugh. Thomas Bervinia will laugh too. And all the rest of you who I can't see, you're going to laugh. But tonight, we're going to have a good time, and we're going to address the topic, financial incompatibility. I can't even pronounce the word. I can't even get it out. So just before we do that, let's get the karaoke set up. And I wanted to do it at the end of the show. I might do it again at the end of the show. And I might do a couple others. And I might not do karaoke. I might play a song and sing along with the song and act a fool. But tonight we're going to have fun. So let me cue up the song, guys. So for those of you, like I said, who are my Facebook friends, some of you may be watching on LinkedIn. Some of you may be watching on YouTube. I can't see you. You can certainly leave a comment there. But for those of you who are watching on Facebook, my business page, my Bardui Financial Services, on my personal page, Havis Bardui, I am from Dominica. All right. I am Monsieur Jean Dominique. I'm from Dominica, Point Michel to be exact. Jean La Pointe. I have a hat there that says Jean La Pointe, and I wore it last week. I think 2 weeks ago on Dr. Margaret Wallace's show. But the important thing is, I'm grateful that I'm here in America, but I'm from Dominica. Dominica will always be home, no matter what the political situation is, no matter what the social situation is, the crime situation is, whether there's poverty, excess, whatever it may be, Dominica is my home. It'll always be my home. I was born there, and that's what I claim. I'm not ashamed to say it on my Facebook page. You'll see that it says my hometown is La Pointe, Point Michel, Dominica. It's not Boston, Mass. I spent most of my years there, but that's where I'm from. So tonight, I'm going to do a little karaoke. Let me set it up for you guys, cue it up. And for those of you who are watching, right, tonight, for those of you who are watching, I'm going to, Contrite Heart is watching. Bonsoir, Sakafet, good night. I'm going to do my little karaoke. It's a special treat and tribute to all my Dominican friends. And all people are starting to come on. Let me see who else is coming on. I see Contrite Heart. Sandy Bardou is watching. Welcome everybody who's coming on. Welcome. So I'm going to do my little karaoke. Now, for those of you, even before I do my karaoke, right? Before I do my karaoke for you guys, the special treat, like I said, yesterday or a couple of days ago, what day was it? When I did the Country Roads Take Me Home, let me go onto my page and see what day I posted that for you guys. And I might switch some of the words in there. But it says, let me pull it up. Okay, give me a second, folks. Just bear with me. Hang in there. We have enough. We're gonna have a good conversation tonight about our program. But this is fun. This is a special tribute to my Dominican friends. And I know you guys want to listen to it. And if you're supposed to laugh at me, laugh along and sing along, because all of you all know this song. But let me read this real quickly. It says, John Denver's Take Me Home, Country Roads was released as a single 52 years ago. The song was from his album, Poems, Prayers, and Promises. Songwriters Bill Dandoff and his wife, Taffy Neifert, originally started writing the song for Johnny Cash. I decided to change, that's me talking now, I decided to change some of the lyrics. Yes, it's plagiarizing, and tag some Dominicans who I thought would like it. They love music like Floresca Carter. Floresca Carter, she went to Berklee College of Music. She's an educator in Connecticut. Her husband is a professional musician. Remember years ago, he used to play bass for Brian McKnight on tour. Singing lead. Anna, her sister in Boston, Randolph, Mass, played piano and singing background vocals. Sammy Garraway, my good buddy up there in Maryland, Virgin Lane on bass guitar. Dr. Margaret Wallace singing background vocals with a tambourine alongside my big sister, Mrs. Ernestine Peltier. I said, Papa met Havis Badville on acoustic guitar. I played acoustic guitar, right? Can any of my Facebook friends play the drums? Nah. I'm a drummer as well, because I do play the drums as well. But I cannot play both instruments simultaneously. So that I gave a friend of mine a quaz. I threw a quaz at my friend. I said, Cheryl Bernadette Garraway, you don't have no locus, so you not in the damn band. But you can be a roadie, a groupie, or a hippie. Come in. So here goes. So instead of West Virginia or Country Roads, Dominica, it says almost heaven, Dominica. Plenty mountains, Layou and Indian rivers. If from Dominica, you know Layou River and you know the Indian River, the two biggest rivers we have there, right? Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. Dominica, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather around her. That's the second verse. Wop duet ladies, and wop duet is the cultural clothing that we wear for festivals. The women wear Independence Time and Creole Week, and if they're doing some, dancing, Jinping and stuff like that, they do that. Creole dancing, they wear that. So it says, wop duet lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Now, the actual lyric says, misty taste of moonshine. I change it to misty taste of nanny, or you can put misty taste of lap scent, teardrops in my eyes. So for those of you in America, you talk about moonshine, or you talk about Fred G. Sanford talk about ripple. Well, nanny and lap scent, basically people make that. It's homemade liquor. It's not distilled like you buy, the liquor, like the Hennessy and the stuff that you alcohol drinkers drink. And it goes back to the country roads, take me home, country roads. So I'm going to do that for you guys right now before we start the show. And maybe by the end of the show, I'll do it again if more people come on. I wanted to save it for later, but you see, I'm the kind of person, when I have a surprise, I cannot keep it in the pal. That's my Dominican accent. I cannot keep it. I got to do it. All right. So here we go. I'm going to do it, guys. I'm excited. Hold on. Let me pull up the words for you. And again, it's karaoke. Masa chante, mon sa parler. I cannot sing. I can talk. My gift is the gift of gab. So for those of you watching, I wish I had told my brother he can go back and watch it on YouTube so they can hear me singing, so they can make fun of me. I didn't tell them we have a group chat. I should have told them tune in, and they could have seen me making a fool of myself. All right, let's turn the volume up and get the lyrics so I can be ready. All right. You all ready? If you're ready, put in the chat, yes, I'm ready. I'm so dramatic, ain't I? Somebody put in the chat, yes, I'm ready. I want to hear you sing karaoke. If you all don't put that in the chat, if somebody don't put it in the chat, I'm going to just do the show. Somebody got to say yes in the chat. I'm ready. Come on, somebody. Type it in. Say yes. Say yes. Are you ready to hear me sing? Say yes. Zoni Pudimo, yes. Somebody have to say yes, man. Come on. All right. Thomas Bevivia say yes, I'm ready. Delphina say yes. Okay. Jean-Pierre Bouche avec Jean Lapointe. Zopa away. All right. Man, I have sinuses, boy. Let me get ready. You ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Enjoy it and sing along because you all know the lyrics, right? So I'm going to switch up the lyrics. So here we go. All right. Here goes. Here goes. Plenty rivers. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, come on, sing along. Take me home to the place. Come on, everybody. I feel, come on, come on, come on. Sweet Dominica, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather around her. Walk through wet ladies, strangers to waters. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty days of moonshine. Oh, Nanny, teardrops in my eyes. Country road, take me home to the place. Come on, sing along. The place you belong. Where are you from? Sweet Dominica, mountain mama, take me home. Country road. Oh, you know the lyrics. Come on. I hear a voice in the morning as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should be where home. When? Yesterday. Country road, take me home to the place. Come on, where do you belong? Sing along. Sweet Dominica, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, take me home to the place. Come on, everybody. Where do you belong? Jalapouet, sweet Dominica, Japebouche, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, take me home. Country road, take me to La Pointe, take me home. Country road. Yes, I'll probably do it at the end of the show again just to make people laugh. I hope I made you guys laugh tonight. It was fun. You know, Jean Lapointe, that's who I am. Sweet Dominica. I said moonshine and I should have said nanny. When I do it for the second time, I will tonight before the show ends, I will do it using the word lapsent or nanny. But again, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Luca Boy. If you're from La Pointe, it's Luca Boy. And you're from Dominica, it's Mr. Badwill. Excuse me. And every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're here talking about non-traditional financial concepts. Somebody said, boom. Delphina said, Jean Point, boom. Karen, give me a clap. And Delphina said, Whitey Kubuli, that's right. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Anyways, man, that's how it goes. Hit them high notes, hit them notes T. That's what my business partner, Peach Goodwill, said. A+ for effort. It's true. Massa Shante, I cannot sing, so I wasn't doing it for singing. I was doing it for fun. And what I try to do with my show, let me tell you guys something about me, and I think you all know this. I am wicked confident. I have a lot of confidence. You see, nothing like when I'm doing my show, I own it. I control everything. I don't make Freudian slips. I don't make mistakes. When I say mistakes, talking about I may mispronounce a word, but the content that I bring and me doing this, I did that to make you guys laugh. I cannot sing. Just like you heard, you don't have to be a star to be on my show. My sister sang it. I'll get her to sing this for me. I will. And it'll sound so much better. And then I'll play it for you guys in the future. But the thing about it is, I take great pride in this. So financial incompatibility. Are you financially incompatible with your spouse, your mate, your lover, your friend, your boo, your side chick, I don't know, whatever you have. Are you financially incompatible? Let me explain something to you. One of the first things, good evening, Jessica. Good to see you tonight. Present, Jessica Badwill. Sagafet, John Poet. You miss your cousin singing, man. Karaoke, but maybe you'll catch it at the end. You know, they say when you're dating, and I think sometimes when people are dating, they are so enamored with that individual. Let's say you met somebody, right? And you think they're the bomb. They're the greatest woman you ever see. They're chocolate dark, they're caramel, they're light skinned, they're shabin, they're dark skinned, they're chocolate, they're sweet looking, whatever the case may be. You get really, really excited about this individual. And they're excited about you too. Because people always tell me that there have to be some form of attraction for them to want to date somebody. And I agree. You know, I know men sometimes date multiple women, but women sometimes are scared to do it. And I say nothing is wrong with that. If you're not married and you're looking for a partner, you should be dating multiple guys to see which one cuts it. Because society has made a stigma on women. Like if you're dating multiple guys, they calling you, oh, she's a B or she's a this. In Dominica, they say she's a salop, which is foolishness. But if a guy is doing it, oh, he's the Mac Daddy, he's the man. He this, he that. That's foolishness. No. Well, how come can't he date all these different women to see which one he wants? And why can't she date different men to see which one she wants to partner with as well? So while you're doing that, while you're dating, you go out on dates, you go out to eat, some guys are real traditional, and if they take a girl out, they pay for it. Good evening, Elizabeth Bardui, cousin, good to see you. But nowadays a lot of people go Dutch. I pay this time, I pay for my meal, you pay for my meal. But I think if you're taking a girl out, I think a guy should pay, especially if you're interested in the girl. It's not like two friends going out to eat, and you can even pay for a friend as well. But if you, and vice versa, if you ask a guy out to eat, you ask him out, nothing is wrong with you paying. But you know what? I'm traditional, I'm old school. I like to see the guy pursue. I like to see that. I like to see him go and pursue. And the reason I like to see that is just I'm traditional. But there's no right or wrong here. Okay? So check this out. Financial incompatibility. So let's say you met a young lady, right? Let's say you met a young lady and you decided that you wanted to I'm trying to put something up here so people can see. Let's say you met a young lady or you met a young man and you guys are going out and you're like, man, let me check this person out. I like this person, So you guys go out to eat because eating is a good way to get to know somebody, right? You get to talk. I'm trying to send a text to somebody while I'm doing this as well. So, I'm giving you my undivided attention, but I'm just trying to do something here as well so they can see it. But, you're going out to eat and you get to talk. So, but if I'm taking you out, I like to, if I say I'm taking you out, I'm taking you out. All right. You don't have to worry about, I want to pick you up too, take you out. But check this out. And this is a financial services show. If you're trying to find you financially incompatible, when on your first date, you're not going to ask someone, what's your credit score? You can't do that. How much you make a year? You can't do that. How much money you have in the bank? Do you have a 401k? Do you have life insurance? You can't do any of that. The questions that you ask, so where did you grow up? What do you like to do? You like sports? You like this? You like that? You talk and you find out. So let's assume the initial first date went well. Well, where you go to school, because those are not really powerful information. You can find that out. You can find that out by just talking, right? But as you continue dating, you have to find out if you are financially compatible. Because incompatibility could cause problems down the road. Now, I want to make it very clear. Nowadays, it's not traditional like when my parents, back in the day, my dad, he actually he was a carpenter by trade, and he did a lot of gardening and all that stuff. However, the reason why it sounds like I'm studying. I'm not actually studying. I'm getting a cramp here, and I'm trying to figure that I might have to go over there and get some water. But the thing is, back then it was a little different. Nowadays, women got their own jobs. Very few women are housewives now or home. They got their own cars, their own homes, their own jobs. Even African Americans in America, African American women are more highly educated than African American men. And that's one of the few ethnicities where it's that way. But that's neither here or there. We're talking about financial incompatibility. One of the first things after you figure out you start liking each other and things are starting to go well, you have to watch your partner, how they spend. You're like, what do you mean? Well, you got to have the money talk. A good way to do it, let's say you're a Christian, right? And you could be non-Christian too. I'm not biased. I'm making a point. I'm just using an analogy. Well, you can ask someone, at your church, do you tithe? If they say yes, you say, well, you can say, yeah, I do too. But if you don't do it, you're probably not going to ask it, right? And then you can say, after a while, you can tell your partner, do you pay yourself every time you get paid? Now, I know my dad back in the day, when he worked, back in the day in Dominica, you got paid on a fortnight. A fortnight is every 2 weeks, right? I remember for Karen and Delphina from La Pointe, all you can remember that we used to go to the store and buy stuff on credit, on Quedi. Our parents until they get money, right? And they go do it, but every time you do that, you can say, hey, my parents say get 2 pounds of sugar, put 2 pounds of flour, this and that. And I know in my case, I would say something like, and a sweetie too. My mother said 2 sweetie. My mother didn't say nothing about no sweetie. I wanted a sweetie because, kids like candy, right? So my father used to give his paycheck to my mother. Now, some of you are saying to yourself, I am not giving no man my paycheck, or I don't give no woman my paycheck. And I'm not advocating that at all. That's not what I'm saying. My oldest brother, who lives in Toronto, Canada, still does that. He gives his money, gives it to his wife, my sister-in-law. Now, I don't believe in that. And the reason why I don't believe in it is because if you're giving your paycheck, vice versa, man to the woman, or woman to the man, the person that you're giving it to has to be financially and fiscal, I can't even say the word out, fiscally responsible. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I don't ever remember my parents as a child. I don't ever remember our lights being cut off. Ever. Our lights being cut off. I don't ever us not having food. I don't ever they cut the water, the gas, the light, any of that stuff. Being evicted, I don't ever remember that. Until my parents bought a house, in Boston. We always had, now my father was the kind of man, he was a great tenant. If he tell you to fix something in the middle of the night, something break, you have to leave your bed and come and fix it in the middle of the night. My father was, he was a bajan. And the reason why he was like that, because he says, I always paid you. My father never paid rent late, ever in his life. That's discipline, ever. A whole bunch of kids, those of you from La Pointe know us, 10 of us, right? So he always took care of that, right? So my father would give the paycheck to my mom, and my brother does that to his wife. Now, that may work for some people, but it may not work for everybody. So having the money talk, you got to figure out money habits. I want to make this very clear. This is not addressed to anyone in particular. I'm just talking about a subject. I read an article last week, and I thought it was a great time to talk about it tonight. You got to have the money talk. You got to find out if the person is saving money. You got to find out if they're impulsive shopper. Like if you're going to go to a concert or pay your light bill, if you're going to do your hair and pay your gas bill, if you're going to go on a vacation and don't pay your rent or your mortgage or whatever, someone like that is not responsible. They're not handling money right. So people will say stuff like, well, it's my money. I work hard for it. I can do whatever I want to. That is true. That is true. So if you're dating someone and you start to see those patterns, watch out for the red flags. Because a saver is always a saver. I have some clients, right? I have a client, this lady's in her 70s. I have two of them. As a matter of fact, one called me last week. One in Charlotte, North Carolina, and one in Pennsylvania. The one in Charlotte, I mailed something to them. They will tell you, I'm cheap. Now, when I say they're cheap, now these people, these women, they're not broke. And I think they should spend more on themselves. But they always grew up saving. One of them told me that she was saving just in case, because she grew up in the Jim Crow South. She thought that just in case if they took her pension away from her, she was saving extra. So she was always a saver. So what I'm saying to you here is that those conversations need to take place because financial literacy is not taught in schools. Your parents didn't teach it to you. College didn't. Middle school and high school didn't. Your church don't even have seminars about it. If you're not astute enough and disciplined, you can get yourself in a lot of financial trouble. And I personally know people who will use money to do frivolous things or do things for fun. Vacation, cars, like I said, a boat, a motorcycle here, get their nails done, their toes done, I don't know, and don't pay their bill. You cannot do that. I am not saying you should not do those things, but those things need to be budgeted into your income. They need to be budgeted into your income. And if it's not budgeted, it's a luxury. And you have to weigh the cost. Just because you qualify for a $300,000 house doesn't mean you have to get a $300,000 or $400,000 or $500,000 house. Do you need all that house? Be wise. I was talking to my client last night, and today he told me that too. He said, I had my first house when I was 21. This guy is 65. He's using infinite banking. He paid off his house using infinite banking. And this guy was only put like $100 and something into an infinite banking concept. Because back then, 32 years ago, he wasn't making what he's making now. But someone told him about the concept and he did it. So guess what? He paid off his house from the cash value from his infinite banking concept. And he did not interrupt compounding. That's a different subject for a different day that I will talk about. Because you are interrupting compounding. This is what you do. You go to the bank and you take money out and you go buy something or you go build something. That's not wise. That's foolish. But I don't blame you because you didn't know. You didn't know. You see, I don't blame people for stuff that they didn't know. I only blame you when after you learn. Knowledge is power and wisdom is force. But what happens is that you cannot You cannot, after you have the knowledge and the wisdom, don't take action. You keep stop procrastinating for what? We procrastinate about our health. We procrastinate about our finances. I'm a big time procrastinator. Like in my industry, the top of my industry is called $1 million round table performers. I actually qualified for that. And because I'm such a procrastinator, I did not turn my application in on time so I can be recognized and be certified so my agency can tell everybody. No, I have to go do it on the back end and pay $200 extra. Instead of $600, I got to pay $800 because I'm a procrastinator. So I want to make it clear. I'm talking to myself as well. You got to have those money talks. Some of you are very good at saving. And some of you, forgive me, you all stink. You're lousy at saving. And you shouldn't manage your own money. If you're married, if the wife is a better money manager, she should manage the money. If the husband is a better money manager, he should manage the money. Now, if both of you all disagree, well, you're married. I'm not saying you should get a divorce. What you need to do is to making sure that you're taking care on your end. Because you're not going to, you all don't notice a lot of marriages end because of financial, not because of infidelity. People will forgive for infidelity, but the financial will cripple them because people have doing secret stuff that you don't know, and they just keep spending and spending and spending, and they get anxiety if they don't spend. That's foolishness. Like we say in Dominica, that's cochonnerie. No, man. You have to be disciplined. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a colleague, a friend of mine who's a client, who was telling me about they're always looking for the cheapest stuff. But when I say cheapest, they don't mean the worst. It's just something more thrifty. A lot of us, and my client said it last night, he said it to me, and I was saying it to him at the same time. A lot of us get stuff that we cannot afford to impress people that we don't like. We get stuff that we cannot afford to impress people that we don't like. Why? Because I gotta be driving that Ferrari. I gotta have this huge house or this, you know what? But you're not saving. And the funny thing about it is, and I'm talking about saving in the bank either, because those of you who watch Tuesdays with Terrence, you gotta save in an infinite banking concept through life insurance. That way, no one can access it, and you won't have interrupted compounding interest. You'll have uninterrupted compounding interest. So sometimes those conversations need to happen. But let me tell you something. Don't think it's happening because you want to know what the other person is doing. It's happening because there is a void. You cannot take a vacation and your bills are due. No. Pay your bills. Pay your stuff. And then after you get rid of it, that's when you take the vacation. The vacation ain't going nowhere. I'm not saying you shouldn't vacation, folks. I'm not saying you shouldn't get that nice pocketbook and that nice stuff, but make sure that you're taking care of your future self by investing in your current self. And the only person who can take care of your future self is your current self. For those of you who tuning in late, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. You know, someone said, preach. Someone said red flags. Someone said, ladies and gentlemen, you must have the money talk. If you don't want to talk about money, that's a red flag. You can't live off love. And that is true. You know, you can't live off love. Good evening, Miss Antonia Drygo. Welcome back. You know, I know you went to bury your dad. Folks, let me tell you something. I am not talking to anybody who's on the live. I'm talking to whoever who's not doing what they're supposed to. All of us lack some kind of financial discipline, some way or another. And some of us don't want to learn new concepts, especially if it's non-traditional. And some of us are not going to do it because someone told me. Some people are going to do it because I'm doing it. Well, you don't have to do it with me. Someone said, well, some people don't want their friends as their advisor. I don't have to be your advisor. I don't have to be anybody's advisor. If I cannot be your advisor, why do you want my knowledge? Why do you need my? Why do you watch Tuesdays with Terrence? To support me? I'm very grateful for all the support of each and every one of you. But if you're in the if you live in the continental United States and you're not my client, why? There's some people here watching who are my clients, and some are not. It's okay. It's your right, though. I'm not upset with you. I am saying to you all that you cannot not take care of the essentials and doing fun. Listen, if you didn't get your hair done, I'm not picking on women. I'm just because I have no hair. See, I have no hair. You know what? So what you didn't do your hair this week? So what you didn't do your fingers this week? So what you didn't do your toes this week? It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, folks. And what you need to understand is this. What you have to understand is this, guys. You have to make a conscious decision about how you handle finances. And for some people, they get anxiety because they don't want anybody to tell them what they should be doing. And that could be trouble. Folks, listen to me. You gotta have those financial talks. And if you don't want to have it, you're not doing it. I said it earlier to find out, what someone have or what they don't have. The financial talks I'm talking about is making sure you take care of the responsibilities that you need to take care of. You cannot go and eat out, spend $100 at a restaurant, and your gas bill or your phone bill or something bill didn't pay. You can't do that. In there, anybody who say, oh, yeah, you got to get that hair done. It's true. I know. The women got to, I'm not picking on women. I'm just making a point. Yeah, you want to look nice. You work hard. Get your hair done. What I'm saying to you is one of the first things a lot of you need to do is to create a budget. You can do it through Excel. You can do it online. You can do it on a piece of paper. You all research everything on Amazon. Research budgets and write it down. And know what your cost is. Know what you go. Let me tell you. And there are certain things if you're in a relationship as well, right? Let me explain something. On my church, in my church board, right? We have. We just had a meeting, and we talked about having an amount that departments can spend without approval of the board. So, for example, you can't be married and spending $50,000 or $10,000 on stuff, anything, a chair, I don't know, TV, set, whatever, and the other person don't know, because people don't like to tell people about their finances because they're hiding it. Now, if you're a multi-billionaire, I don't think Jeff Bezos' woman or Bill Gates' woman or Trump's woman, all the billionaires, the spouse have to tell them they're spending $50,000 on a pocketbook. They were billions. That's chicken feed. But they ain't going to do no multi-million dollar deal or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the person, because you cannot, it's all going to come to light. And some people, I have a problem with people who don't like using debit cards, because then you don't know what you spend. Good morning, Barbara, Connie, Barry, Trafalgar. Bonjour, bonsoir. At night, you just wake up now, you tell us good morning. But welcome. Good to see you on the show. Folks, it's really, really important. Time is running from me. I have 5 minutes to wrap up. Check this out. I was reading an article, and this woman was married. She was talking to her husband, and she told her husband, we got to get life insurance to protect our children in case something happens to you or to me. And the woman said, and the guy was mad. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. And he didn't want to do it because he didn't think it was necessary. Folks, I'm a licensed insurance agent. And if you're watching my show and you don't have life insurance, you know what? Shame on you. You disgust me. Now, let me tell you what I mean by when I say you disgust me. I don't mean I hate you and you're stinking. That's what I mean. I'm saying you watching Tuesdays with Terrence for 3 years and you don't have any personal life insurance. Wherever you live, St. Martin, Dominica, Canada, England, Mexico, St. Lucia, Antigua, Timbuktu, Babad, Africa, where USA, you don't have it. And someone said to me, well, people, you don't have to do it with me. I don't care who the hell you do it with, but you got to do it. I would love for you to do it with me, but that's your right. You control that, folks. I don't control that. I want to show you guys a video, a quick short video tonight. Tonight, I might be hitting people somewhere where it hurts, and I'm not addressing anyone personally. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to try to let's see if we can do it. That's it. That's how I share my screen. Let's see. No. Hold on, folks. I made a mistake there, pal. Sorry. The settings, present. All right. Share screen. I want to share my my entire screen, and I'm going to share it there and share it. I want to show you guys a quick video that was shared with us by and I'm hoping you guys can see this. Let me try to pull it up for you guys real quickly. Listen. Hopefully you can hear it. Amen. Amen. Someone said you can't hear. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Someone is saying that they can't hear. You guys can't hear? If you can't hear, put in the chat that you can't hear, and I'm going to play it for you audibly here. All right? I'm going to play it for you audibly here. If you can't hear, I'm going to play it on this for you guys. Please chat. Somebody put in the chat. Say you can't hear. Okay. You guys may not be able to see this, but at least please chat. Somebody put in the chat. Say you can't hear. Okay, there we go. I'm going to play it on my phone so you can hear it. At least you can hear it audibly, okay? Let me play it. This is what it says.
Everybody in here who's grown, I am commanding you to have life insurance. I am demanding in the name of Jesus that every grown person have some amount of life insurance. Matter of fact, I need all wives. Wake up in the bed in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock and say, we ain't got no insurance. No, you don't get to sleep because you might die tonight and I ain't got no money when you wake up. Get up and call somebody. Your butt died tonight, we ain't got nothing. If you get your hair cut, you can have some insurance. If you get your hair braided, you can have some insurance. Before the funeral starts, a check should be received. It is the easiest way to leave wealth to your family tax free. The government has nothing to do with it. Pastor, why are you talking about me dying? Because the Bible says it's been appointed once that all men will die. After this comes the judgment. The Bible says precious is the death of the saints. We can't be afraid to talk about death in church. Everybody in here who's grown, I am commanding.
So you guys heard that. You heard what was said, right? You heard what was said. Let me stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing screen. You guys heard what the guy said. And some of you, I'll send it to you personally. All right? I'll send it to you personally, some of you. And it's really important that we do this. It looks like my screen is kind of frozen. Is my screen frozen? No, yeah, it's a little frozen. I do apologize. I don't know why it's frozen. My screen's frozen, guys. I don't know why. I apologize. Hopefully you could hear me. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping you can hear me still. Hopefully you can hear me. My screen is frozen, but hopefully you can hear me. I don't know why it's frozen, but that happens sometimes. I'll keep talking and then I'll end the show in a minute. But I'll tell you this, folks. You got to have the financial talks. You got to have the financial talks. You got to look at the red flags. You got to look at the red flags. And if you don't, it's on you. It's on you. And I don't recommend you get divorced because of that. If the person ain't doing what they're doing, you need to do something yourself, but you need to change your mindset. You need to stop changing the things that you do and make sure that you are financially compatible. Make sure of that. Because if you're not, if you're not, I don't know what to tell you. My screen is frozen. I'm going to end the show. What I might even do, I might go back on the show and do another live tonight and do that video again because I really wanted to do it for some of you guys. I don't know why it's frozen, but it's frozen. I don't know why it's frozen, but it's frozen. I can remove my stream. It's frozen, folks. So all I can tell you tonight is two things. One, have that financial conversation when you're dating. Have it also when you are together, and make sure you watch for the red flags. My name is Terrence Bardui. The show Zach show, I might do it next week again. So make it a good night. God bless you, and hasta la vista, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Good night. Hasta la vista.